Hello guys, welcome to Python and Machine Learning Daily. Today let's talk about list comprehensions, which is an interesting function in Python, but the problem with that I see a lot of examples online are really simple and not realistic to real-life projects. So in the documentation you see that you can use a square function for range of numbers, and list comprehension is one of the syntax ways to do that. But how often in real life you need a square from specifically hard-coded range of 10? And on this channel I'm trying to do as practical examples as possible. So I've created a separate Jupyter notebook with simple examples and then more complex, more real-life examples. So as you can see, this is a similar example for comprehension for square. So you have range, you have 4 number in that range, and then you perform some operation with it. Cool. Then another a bit more realistic example that I found online is you have a list of strings of names, for example, and you need to take the items starting with C letter, for example. So you go for name in names, and then you add a filter if name starts with C. And then the third example, a bit more realistic, is a string of text. You split that by spaces into words and then do for word in words, simple for loop, but with list comprehension. You can add a filter for word length more than 5, and this is the result. But these examples, as I said, in my opinion, are not that real life. Let's go into more realistic examples. So you imagine you have a list data of people. Each row, each line is a set, and then you need to filter people with some column with some condition. For example, age is bigger than 30. But you need to return not the age, but the name. So you need to return name of people with age some condition. So you go for person in people data, then you return person name as a list item if person age is bigger than 30. So this is an example. For example, if we change that to 31 here and we relaunch that Jupyter Notebook cell, and this is, by the way, I'm using Jupyter Notebook because for these quick examples I can quickly run this one cell without rerunning the full script in PyCharm or whatever IDE. So yeah, this is a more realistic real-life example of comprehension. Another one, pretty similar. So you have a list of name and category of products, for example, and you need to have unique categories. So you need to define a set, and not sure if you're aware. So if you create a set of items and there are repeating items, they would be kind of merged. So we have for product in products loop, return product category, which is these values, but since it's a set, it would return only unique values of those. So for example, if we change that appliance and we run that, we have the third item. So this is how you would use list comprehension to get unique values, for example. And then another example is reading from CSV. Imagine you have this CSV file and you need to form a data set into maybe another CSV or just on the screen, transforming that temperature in Fahrenheit to Celsius. And this is the potential code. And in fact, we have 2 cases of list comprehensions here, 2 examples. First, while reading the data from CSV, we built a list for row in reader. So we have a row, and each line is a set of data of city and temperature in Fahrenheit in float. So this is the first list comprehension. And then we built another list of Celsius for entry in temperature. In fact, we could do that in one operation here, but I decided to split them up for more examples. And then in that new Celsius list, we have city, the same city, but then you have another field with some operation, mathematical operation in this case, based on temperature Fahrenheit. So these are just a few real-life examples what you could do with list comprehensions in Python. I hope with these examples it's clearer for you when you would use list comprehensions over simple for loops in Python. If you want more videos like this one, subscribe to the channel. I will keep shooting Python and machine learning tips and also sometimes longer tutorials. And see you guys in those other videos.